Yeah. We live, man.
Yeah.
So check it out, man. You know what I'm saying? We live, and we got like what three good stories, man, to talk to y'all about today. One of the stories is going to be about they urging Donald. They urging one of the former aides of Kamala Harris is trying to urge Joe Biden to stand down, and so that Kamala Harris can be the president for a month. Now I know what you're thinking. I mean, that is desperation at its finest. But of course, I'm going to let y'all hear it. Then also, they're urging the one of the Supreme Court justices to stand down because now, so that Biden can hurry up and appoint one, a Supreme Court justice, because if Donald Trump becomes the president before she steps down, and then two of them step down during his presidency, that means that Donald Trump would completely have picked pretty much almost all of the Supreme Court. Almost all of the Supreme Court. So he got the state, he got the Senate, the Congress, and the judges. They shaking their boots. So, but I think that one of the things that I guess we could go ahead and start it off, man, is we're gonna go ahead and get to the top story of the day, which is this idiot that is basically trying to get saying that Joe Biden should stand down so that Kamala Harris could be the president. Just let me go ahead and put up the number. Let me put up the number to call in. There you go. It's at the bottom of the screen. And y'all go ahead and call in if you want to chime in on the conversation. But I guess, like I said, we got Isaiah War in the building. And
that's right.
He's eating. Well, what you eating over there?
Man, listen, man. You convinced me today. He said, I'm gonna get some good wine. So I said, you know what? I think I got some wine downstairs. Let me see what I got. So I went and grabbed me a little bottle. You know what I'm saying? And then I said, I'm gonna get my little sophistication on. And I got me some cheese.
Oh, okay. So okay. No sweat. Let's do it. You know what I'm saying? But y'all gonna like this one today, man. I mean, look how desperate they are to get Kamala Harris into the presidency. All right, here we go.
Important thing that everybody is looking for. That is my question. I'll start with you.
Joe Biden has been a phenomenal president. He's lived up to so many of the promises he's made. There's one promise left that he could fulfill, being a transitional figure. He could resign the presidency in the next 30 days, make Kamala Harris the president of the United States.
Whoa.
It would absolve her from being able to from having to oversee the January 6th transition, right, of her own defeat. And it would make sure that it would dominate the news at a point where Democrats have to learn drama and transparency and doing things that the public want to see. Is the time. This is the moment for us to change the entire perspective of how Democrats operate.
This has now jumped from an internet meme to a Sunday morning show.
Jamal's out here right now.
Congratulations.
The season of House of Cards.
I thought you were going to say, what about the Supreme Court? That's also out there.
Well, the Supreme Court might happen. I don't know if it will, but I think this is something that's in Joe Biden's control. And if he did it, it would fulfill his last promise. It would give Kamala Harris the chance to be the 47th president of the United States of America. It would disrupt all of Donald Trump's paraphernalia. Right? He'd have to rebrand everything. But and it would make it easier for the next woman who runs for president to not have to worry about the historical, weight of being the first. We can
Top
solve
that,
this problem.
Brad.
I have something that's.
All right, you now. Go ahead.
That laugh is diabolical. It's like we can ruin all his merchandise.
Yeah, like an evil villain.
Yeah, they just want any win that they can get. Of course, they got to have a black boy come up here and be the spokesperson for all the petty stuff that they're trying to put through.
He sounds like a damn idiot.
Yeah, he does, kind of, sir. That's crazy.
Of course, like they said, they want Kamala in their bad. Anything that they could take, anything they could get, they'll do it. Just because they've been having a complete meltdown since Donald Trump was, he won, through a landslide. And,
Right.
at point, like I said, at some point, the people are going to push back because everybody is struggling when they go to the grocery store. I mean, have you been lately? You go to the grocery store, it's about, you want some lunch meat, some cheese, and a few things. It's going to run you about $100. You know what I'm saying?
God dang.
What you say?
I said, God dang.
It's going to run you about 100. You know what I'm saying? And you figuring people are worried about that. People are worried about gas prices and the fact that they can't afford homes. You see, I know you got a mortgage, but rent is ridiculous.
Okay.
Like the low number, I think one of the lowest numbers for rent is like $1,500 a month. But and all of this is going on, and this is what the Democrats don't understand is what was going on, because like they say, they can't read the room. And everybody's sitting there saying that, they're worried about the economy, and the Democrats is trying to push abortion down our throat.
Right.
You get my point? Like, they trying to push abortion. They trying to push, transgenders getting surgery in prison. Kids having gender reaffirming surgery. All of those types of things they're trying to push to people, and the people push back because they was like, man, the hell with that. And so now you got Trump. I think they got the Senate, and I think they're trying to. I think they're waiting on some more votes to come in to see who's going to be able to get the the House, the House seats. But you clearly see they get this these idiots up here, and I mean, what you think about that?
What, taking over the House with the seats or what?
How desperate they are to get back in office. Like, have you? I don't think I've ever saw that in like presidential history for them to try to do that like that.
Nothing like this. But we also ain't seen a president get impeached and then get right back into office either. You know what I'm saying? So it's like this right here. To me, this is like you said earlier, man. If it gotten this far, evidently, this is something that's been talked about in the White House. You see what I'm saying? And
Right.
and for somebody to stoop this low, just to say, just get that last aha moment, like that last little slap, I think is very petty. You know what I'm saying? And it almost goes to show like are they really that mad to where they're pointing the blame or looking for somebody to blame for this loss, that any itty bitty win that they get, or whoever's taking the blame, any little itty bitty win that they get will suffice.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's just like I am to blame, the reason why Kamala ain't getting. So just to get one last little shot, let me do this so that I can say, well, at least we did this. At least we can say we got a black woman as president. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
At least we could say the 47 president, technically, because they'll put that. At least I could put an asterisk on Trump's hat.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're not really the 47th president. The actual 47th president was Kamala.
Yeah. What I think too. What I think too is that if they was to do that, even just hypothetically, if they was to do that, people would see through that so much that they probably would cost themselves the election for the next 20 years. Because what you can see is that the majority of the people are going away from the Democratic Party because of the views, because I mean, of course, there's people that want to, that vote Democrat or whatever, but they don't agree with, drag queens coming into the school teaching kids about, teaching them that, that maybe they could be pansexual or, something
Right.
like that. And, there's a lot of pushback, against those types of issues because although some people are liberal, they're not, radical liberal.
Right. And I mean, that's kind of crazy if you feel as though, I mean, Will it really stop? You know what I mean? Will it really stop just by Kamala failing and Trump being in office? Will it really stop, the transgenders, the transformers from getting into the classrooms or their ideals getting pushed across?
No,
I think not. I think
no,
it's still going to happen. You know what I mean? Because it's certain things like even with the whole abortion thing, that's not really federal. You know what I
right.
mean? So it's really up to your state. You know what I'm saying? That decides whether or not what gets pushed through and what doesn't. But the fact of the matter is that she ran on that entire platform that she was going to push that across the board.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And the fact that you have idiots like this guy right here, or the leaders of your Christian churches, pretty much backing that, and them believing that they can get a lot of the people that don't think vote by pushing entertainers in your face.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And the fact of the matter is, they believe it so full-heartedly. I haven't seen this many entertainers in one of those what they call them again, the
Campaigns.
campaign joints. I haven't seen this many on stage. Like you'll see them at their concerts, and they'll say, "Hey, vote for such and such." You see what I'm saying? But to be like, "Oh, at the Democratic Party, we're gonna have
So
Glorilla. We're gonna have Saucy Santana, right? We're gonna have Lil Nas X,
right.
like we're going all these entertainers is going to be there, and then in between we'll have Oprah, and in between we'll have DL Hughley, and he's going to come up and say something, and all these other entertainers. Well, what about the politicians?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? What about what about all you go into these different states, and what about the people that you want to vote for? How come they not speaking? Like I don't know if I seen this one documentary a while ago, and it was showing how like when they had those events, each state was represented. You know what I'm saying? And when they would come up, that person that was the representative of that joint, they would come up on stage and they would speak about some of the things that they want to put in place and policies they want to put in place. Did you see how this year they were represented by a song?
Mm-hmm.
So when Detroit, it was like, and the Democratic Party the representative for Detroit, and then they would show Detroit, and they would play a Detroit rap song.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they showed Philadelphia, they would play Meek Mills.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then the next day they show Atlanta, and then they would play Atlanta hip hop song. Like it was just like, yo, that's not how it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
It's wild, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you got it, sir.
No, it's wild because to your point, it is. You know what I mean? I'm glad it didn't work. We don't vote, and we don't push that that you should vote, because for Israelites, every vote that we vote for a candidate is a vote from Christ. So, and then of course, if you're an Israelite, it is a sin to vote. You know what I mean? So if you're Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, you are not supposed to be voting because we already have a king that's over Israel. You know what I'm saying? And we're not supposed to be having, people over us or voting to have people over us that doesn't come out from one of our brothers. You know what I mean? And that's Jesus Christ. And that's or Yahweh Shai Mashiach in the Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's why, you can pull all the scriptures when it talks about, that there is a way that seemeth right to a man, but the ways thereof, are death. You know what I mean? I'm paraphrasing, of course, but, it's so that you smarten up and to understand that either way that it goes is not going to, it's not what we are supposed to be, okay, somebody said, yeah, that's right. I stayed home. Yeah, that's the right thing to do because the Lord has sorted out. You know what I'm saying? And all we got to do, like, we got to understand that our power is not going to come from the Democratic Party or the Republican Party. It's not.
Right.
At the end of the day,
Right.
what we ultimately want, we don't want, like, and that's the difference with us, is that we don't want for America to act right. What we want is to actually be free from America. And that is a big difference. Case in point, when you look at Martin Luther King, he wanted America to act right. And Nat Turner actually wanted to be free from America. That's two different things, two different ideologies there. So let me go ahead and play a little bit more. I went back a little bit for the people that might not have caught the beginning part, but here we go. I'm going ahead and start it up.
To a Sunday morning show.
Jamal's out here right now.
Congratulations.
A season of House of Cards.
I thought you were going to say, what about the Supreme Court? That's also out there.
Could you mute your mic?
Might happen. I don't know if it will, but I think this is something that's in Joe Biden's control. And if he did it, it would fulfill his last promise. It would give Kamala Harris the chance to be the 47th president of the United States of America. It would disrupt all of Donald Trump's paraphernalia. Right? He'd have to rebrand everything. But and it would make it easier for the next woman who runs for president to not have to worry about all the historical, weight of being the first. We can
Top
solve
that,
this problem.
Brad.
I have something that's a lot more realistic. There are 7 Americans right now in dungeons in Gaza. If Hamas does not have them walking and talking on American soil before Donald Trump is president, they will have hell to pay. And I'm looking for that to happen in the next 70 days.
We haven't actually heard a lot from Donald Trump. I know he's like getting his administration put together, but it would actually be nice if he goes to the White House if he is the president for all, if he is the president for Americans, talk to the people who did not vote for him and earn our trust to say, other night you said like Democrats should let us work. Talk to us then, engage us. Don't just continue to feed your base and continue to throw red meat. Be the leader that both of you think he can be.
Salagia. Look, it's too late for all of that. It's too late. It's too late for that because the Democratic Party, and I'm basically putting this, directing this towards the Democratic Party. The reason why is because that's the party of black people, right? Whether we want to believe it or not. 90% of black women voted for Kamala Harris, and I think it was like 70-something% of men voted for Kamala Harris, right? So that's where I'm going to direct this at, right? This party that we've been following, which is the party of our grandmoms and their great, and all our aunties and all of that, right? We've been following this, right? So for all of these years, we've been following and going after the Democratic Party, after generation, right? And we've been following them, radical to the radical left. You know what I'm saying? To where you know why there's so many transgenders out here, because black women, and look, and y'all could chime in the comments or whatever, or you could call in. But remember when they really started pushing it, it was a lot of transgenders that was in black women's like friends group. You know what I mean? That was around. Black women was like egging it on, like supporting it so much. And then once they got in and they got solidified, then they turned against the black women. Now, let me know if I'm wrong. But then you started seeing like where you got transgenders trying to fight women now. You know what I mean? You got transgenders like trying to, do you remember that video where that dude, he's like, his name is Shamar, and he's like, he's like that handicapped dude. He's like handicapped, he like bent up. But it was where they was having like a reunion for like one of them shows, and he tried to fight the girl. Like she was like, cause he in his mind, he thinks he's a real girl. Right. And remember the security grabbed him and threw him? I don't know if you remember that video.
Yeah,
but
kind.
yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like in the beginning, a lot of black women was supporting the transgender community. You know what I mean? And we were left to feel like, that if we didn't support it, we was racist, or somehow it was they was able to put that into, being black. You know what I mean? Like the black struggle turned into the LGBT struggle. And now Donald Trump, he doesn't need to talk to the Democrats and talk about, all of this, we come together and all that. It don't matter now, because now they didn't left it in the Democrats' hands for so long. And now you got, inflation out the roof. You got all of these, you got, kids and completely confused about what their, their gender is. And all of these things is happening. And then when they run on the fact of, abortion, and run on the fact of, the woman's right to choose, now it was so much of a pushback. Now it's like, I can see where the Republican Party is like, nah, now you just gonna listen. Now we're gonna save you from yourself. You know what I'm saying? Now we're gonna get in here and we're gonna save you from yourself, because y'all are just bugging out at this point. And it is sad to say that, though.
Kind of, sir. It trips me out how they don't see, like you said, how the women, the black women, they'll get there and they'll get on the side of the transgender and things like that. It's crazy how they don't see this, that man is putting on a black woman costume. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? He's trying to take your place. You don't see transgenders acting like white women.
Or East Indian women.
Or East Indian, or Asian women, or African. They out there acting like black women. You see what I'm saying? Twisting their head, grabbing at the air. You know what I'm saying? All that is you. And you think it's okay. You think you got a new friend. You think you got somebody that thinks like you, that acts like you, and is going to fight for you. But he wants your man.
Yeah.
He wants your position. You know what I mean? He wants your rights. You see what I'm saying? And he's going to get it. And then you're going to realize that going, you know what I mean? I didn't put somebody else over me that, like it's crazy how can you be so supportive of somebody who wants a lifestyle that ain't going to do nothing but take more away from you? You know what I mean? That's already been taken. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I just don't get it. How, you know what I mean? I was talking to a girl at work, and she was like, I had asked her, I was like, you believe in God, right? And she was like, yeah, I believe in God. I was like, all right, so what about this race? Did you made you want to vote for Kamala? And she was like, well, first of all, I'm for abortion.
Yeah, let's get that clear now.
She said, first of all, I'm for abortion, and then I'm for equal rights for other. And I said, oh, so those two things you realize God is totally against. So you don't believe in God. You see what I'm saying? And it made her stop and think. And her girlfriend, she was there too, and she was just like, she was listening, like as we was talking, and I was just like, yeah, you basically, you don't realize how wicked that is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everything you just said, and then I didn't bother to ask anything further than that, because I don't care how intelligent you are. Like, what intelligent, God-fearing person would vote Kamala? And here's the whole thing in a nutshell. I don't care how intelligent you are. The fact that you would sit there and still vote after she runs on a platform based off of abortion and the equal rights for the LGBTQ community, it's asinine. Like, at that point.
No, go ahead. No, I didn't mean to cut you off.
It's like at that point you should move on. You should not vote.
Right. You should just, because and they brought Beyonce out. Beyonce, I haven't heard Beyonce even talk. Like, the only time I've ever really heard Beyonce actually talk is I guess if like she's doing an interview, but that was like years ago, you know, because she don't even do interviews like that anymore. But you know, because all I've ever heard her do was sing. So you mean to tell me she comes out of, you know, her $250 million mansion to come down and tell you to vote and who you should vote for when you live in a $250 million house? That is ridiculous. That's not even a house at that point. That is a zip code.
Right. It was crazy.
People, you know, to tell poor people who they should vote for. That is ridiculous, man. Look, let me show you. The women are going crazy too. They having a meltdown. And I want to show you this video, man. The women are having a meltdown. They got this whole thing going on right now where I guess it's like they are shaving their head or something like that. I've seen this a couple times before, but let me go ahead and play it just so y'all could see what I'm talking about.
You women, stop dating men. Stop having sex with men. Stop talking to men. Divorce your husbands. Leave your boyfriends. Leave them. They don't give a about you. And I promise you, come over to this side. I will bake cookies. I will shave your head if you want me to, depending on how this turns out. Do a little more trimming before we buzz it. Where's my chop it? Cut my hair before. It's like, oh, don't cut your own hair. All right. When people tell me I can't do something, but I want to fucking do it. Just entering my middle-aged mom era. About to get the clippers out.
Who wants to find domestic happiness with a loving partner and raise a beautiful family when you can go shave your head and have that lady serve you cookies? It's an irresistible offer for any young woman. I don't think that doubling down on being fucking weird is really going to be the solution here for the left. You just lost this election because of a lot of the weirdness.
God dang, Cat.
Hey, you know,
God
look,
dang.
look, there's videos out there with black women doing the same thing. But look, that's crazy because it's like, now you don't want to have now that Donald Trump got in office, now you don't want to have promiscuous sex with men. Now you didn't went so far left that you came back around right. You know what I'm saying? Like now because Donald Trump is in the presidency, you know what I mean? Now you should not have promiscuous sex with men.
That's crazy. That was the solution whole time, Cat.
The whole time.
That was the whole time. All we had to do was get Trump in office, and now they're not going to have sex. So now you ain't got to worry about abortion no more.
Now you ain't got to worry about it no more. That is the most. That is so crazy. That is so crazy, man. Shalom, Prison Officer Award, man. They need to stop listening to Dave. Listen to Dave. Hey, they need to stop listening to Dave, man. Oh man, yeah, man. That's that demon, man. You know what I'm saying? That demon. Man. That demon be right there, man. That's what we were trying to convey, and you know, in the skit, you know what I'm saying, was just like to show you how like that demon that you fighting is always there, there, and those conversations that you have is always right here. Mm-hmm. They're always right there. You know what I'm saying? And you know, the more you learn the truth, and the more you're around brothers, wise men, you'll learn how to battle those demons. But you know, when you in the world, that demon just be talking, and you don't know how to deny it. You don't know how to not be susceptible to being beguiled. You know what I mean? If we're gonna keep it big biblical. Come on.
Yeah, kind of a sir.
Yeah.
That demon had her giving herself a baldy.
A baldy, man. I mean, did you see the videos of the women going crazy? Let me see.
I seen this one chick. She I don't think I ever seen somebody open their mouth so wide, but she was literally screaming like no, and she was going nuts. Having a full breakdown.
Yeah.
And I mean, all because of a false belief, a false narrative. You know what I'm saying? You like, you know, she was like, they just hate the black woman. They don't want the black woman to win. They don't want the black woman as a president. She's not black.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, here we go. All right, here we go. There's a video right here. Let me see if I can find this one here. Let me see. I could probably go with this. Hold on, let me see if I could find. Okay.
Yeah, you damn right. It's one of the biggest examples of a strong delusion. Yeah, man.
Yeah. Here we go right here. Let me go ahead and let me share my screen just so everybody can see it. But this is them going crazy, man. Let me see. And they laughing too. They laughing at him. And that's what the crazy thing is. They laughing at him so bad because they you know of how they acting. All right, so let me add this to the stage, and I'm gonna go back and show y'all, man. Y'all gonna laugh. Hold on, let me see. All right, here we go.
On social media.
I'm sorry. No. Why?
That's the one.
Why? Do you really hate me that bad? What the What the hell?
Yo,
Can someone please let them know the world is not ending?
that's crazy, man. Yeah, and it's like, oh, I can't hear you, sir.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead and finish what you were saying. So log in.
What did you notice? You notice they both act the same.
Oh man, that is crazy, man. Oh man. Oh, let me see. Let me see. Let me see. This dude was called White Guy for Harris. Hold on, a White Guy for Harris. He went crazy. Hold on, let me see. Let me see. This guy, see the White Guy for Harris. He went crazy. But yeah, man. Let me see. See what's that? Blah blah blah. Let me see. Let me see. This blah, 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 blah. He was I don't know if I could find it, man, but he was acting crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like he was in like a let me see. In school. It's a good one though. Let me see. Oh, okay. So yeah, I'll have to probably find it on like X or something like that because you know that be the new thing too. Because a lot of this, some of this stuff be getting they'll try to scrub it off of you know, YouTube.
Right. These folks out here acting ridiculous, man. That's just crazy, man.
Hold on, let me see. I'm gonna find it.
Yeah, but that one you showed with the black kid, that's exactly the same one. You know what I mean? What about wasn't Stephen A. Smith responding to something too?
Yeah, Stephen A. You know, he basically you know, he pretty much you know was going for Harris too, but then you know he's one of them dudes that you know once she lost, he's like I've been saying that the whole time. No, he wasn't, because they would have been super happy if he would have won. I mean, if she would have won, you know, because then that would have just been, you know, everybody just got what they got paid for. You know what I mean? And that would have been that. And everybody would have been happy, and they would have just basically said, you know, that the country is moving progressively, which was, you know, us killing our
Right. Baby.
you know, yeah, are killing our babies, which is horrible. You know what I mean?
Right.
Let me see. I think hold on. I'm about to have it right now. Hold on. Here we go. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, but go ahead. So what do you think about hold on 1 second. If I can't find it this time, I'm just gonna just end it. But let me see. This is from. And this is the lady from, and these are the people from The View. Hold on 1 second. Here we go. This is the lady. These are the ladies from The View. It's commercial ago, but these are the ladies from The View who are basically hold on. Let me see. Here we go. I found it. Here we go. All right, so this is the guy who was the Oh, look at these people. Hold on, but look at this though. Hold on, let me play the video. But look at these people though.
You're showing some good faith with that beautiful red suit.
Okay. They have a they actually have a show that is dedicated to people that is going crazy behind the whole Trump getting elected. But here we go. I'm about to show y'all right now. Here we go.
I can't live in this country if he became president.
But where would you go? Where would you go?
Probably to England. I like England.
Now, there'll be plenty more lefties content with my next guest, host of Primetime with Alex Stein on Blaze TV. Alex Stein, who also work as a white dude for Kamala.
We have to stop Donald Trump from getting into office. I came here with a dream. And I'm not going to stand for it. I'm not going to stand for Donald Trump, and I'm doing it for these kids. I love these kids. Kids! I'm just not happy. I'm going through so much. My damn wife keeps posting on Facebook. She's in Cancun, Mexico, with her new boyfriend. And I just want one kid to learn how to do math.
Yo, they going crazy, boy. Oh man.
Yo, that's crazy. That's Oh man.
Yeah, but yeah, that was just just how they be tripping, man. And yeah, man, and also too, man, like the and this chick right here, man, she's like it's this chick, like I be checking out a lot of that stuff, man, just so I can be up on it, man. But people going crazy, man, and then you got the different governors of the different states or whatever saying that they're gonna have things in place so they could try to block Trump. But the other story, man, that I wanted to go to was basically about the chief, the what's her name, the chief, what's her name? She is the I forgot her name, but I got the video right here to show you. Let me see. Here we go, right here.
To take office in January, there are obviously major implications for the U.S. Supreme Court. So the court is at 6-3 right now, and Trump's election all but guarantees that Justices Alito and Thomas, at 74 and 76 years old, will both step down during his term, which would afford Trump the ability to appoint at least 2 more justices, bringing the total to a full majority of the court appointed by Donald Trump himself. And with a majority in the Senate of at least 52, but likely 53 seats, there won't even be any bulwark against even an extreme pick, meaning the court will not only stay as conservative as it is right now, but it'll remain there for decades. And frankly, there's not much that Democrats can do other than possibly to replace one aging justice on the left, Sonia Sotomayor, who is 70 years old, while we still have the opportunity with a Democratic president and a Democratic Senate. That won't change the composition of the court, but it could prevent a situation like the one that happened with Ruth Bader Ginsburg from happening, where the warning signs were there, and yet we don't do enough to stop it. which doesn't seem to be very persuasive for Justice Sotomayor herself, who is expected now to remain on the Supreme Court despite her age and despite the uncertainty regarding when, again, Democrats will control both the White House and the Senate. Now, in fairness, I want to go over the reasons for Sotomayor stepping down and the reasons for her not to. So the reason for her to do it is because the only thing worse than a 6-3 court is the possibility of a 7-2 court. And frankly, we do not owe anything to Supreme Court justices. We shouldn't feel beholden to people. We should be focused and beholden to our agenda, to our values, to our mission. Sonia Sotomayor is not our God or our significant other. She is not some deity. She is not entitled to our undying, everlasting support. The people who work in government are vehicles to enact our agenda.
So you get the point. What they're trying to do is they're trying to figure out a way to, be able to, to push back on Trump, because he gonna have the whole Supreme Court. He gonna have the House and the Senate. And I guess they was right. He will be a dictator. He will. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I guess they're right. You know what I mean? Not the way that people would have thought. They thought it was going to be like Kim Jong, but not the fact that everything somehow seems to be lining up. Oh man. Okay, you said Just Sotomayor ain't going nowhere. She's Issachar and Ephraim, I think, and they wanted to throw her away like trash. Yeah, that was the same thing they wanted to do like they did for Joe Biden. They pulled a coup on Joe Biden through Nancy Pelosi. You know what I'm saying? When they should have just, I think, you know what, like a lot of people probably they still would have voted for Kamala Harris if she would have just said, look, man, I'm Indian American, and that's that. You know what I mean? And maybe that probably would have been a little bit more authentic, and maybe people might have, still voted for it. But as you can see, man, shoulda, coulda, wouldas at this point. So what can we do in all of this? What is the take home from all of this? The take home is to serve the Lord, keep the commandments. You know what I'm saying? Come to class, find your nearest class. I don't know, whatever city you in, get in class, learn how to serve the Lord correctly.
Right.
If you a man, get in all black. You know what I'm saying? Get in all black and find the nearest school and go there.
Right.
And we'll take care of the rest at the end of the day, and you'll be fine. Okay. I mean, I've been let me see, since I've been in the school, what we went through 2 presidencies, like no 3. When I came into the school, Obama was in. Yeah, Obama. Then he was in. Then he left. Then Trump came in. He left. Then Biden came in, and now Biden's gone. Yeah. So I mean, it all been the same. Nothing ever changed. Camp is still on Saturday. Classes are still all week from 7 to 9 p.m. That's it.
That's right.
All I can say is that we've got better. I mean, that's all I see, is that the truth has been growing. And of course, we got to look at the message behind it. You know what I mean? Like for whatever reason, I'm not going to say, I can't say it like that for whatever reason, but the Lord sat back and saw what was going on down here, saw that how we were putting ourselves, like the ground so that everybody could walk over us. And maybe this is just the way that the Lord wants to just shake things up and to get us to recognize, because you're going to see the racism right in your face. Because if we can stay asleep forever, we will. If we can stay in America forever, we will.
We definitely would.
We'll stay in this place forever. Like we'll stay going to work every day for, at least another 1,000 generations if we could. But the Lord is saying, you know what I'm saying? At least for this next few years, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna wake your butt up and then bring more of us in here. You know what I mean? More brothers, more sisters into the truth. And Lord allow, that's what hopefully this presidency can be the catalyst that could, make our brothers and sisters wake up, to the reality of what's really going on around them.
God, because that's lucky, if I may, sir. Because that's definitely what it's going to take. Like the scripture says, oppression makes a wise man angry. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's going to take. It's going to take us being more oppressed is going to take us getting our hearts broken.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like I know Captain Kahan had brought this out, and I know you had pretty much had co-signed on as well. You know what I mean? Because of their hearts have been broken, now they want to get right. The woman's heart was broken. Now she want to cut her hair bald and not have sex. You know what I mean? The black man's heart was broken, and now he wants to be a man. He wants to say, you know what I mean? I need to stand up and I need to do something, because evidently me just pushing a button is not going to get anything done. I need to put boots to the ground. You know what I mean? And then he's going to figure, oh shoot, I never tried that.
Right.
I never tried that. I've been this whole time I've been listening to the woman. You know what I mean? And allowing her to make decisions. And I didn't realize how much of a simp I was. You know what I mean? Now that I'm putting boots to the ground, I'm actually putting to work. I found out there's this thing called accountability.
Right. Because, I mean, honestly, man, there's no self-respecting man, or let me say straight man, that wants a woman leading them. Like, imagine that. Men are, you got alpha males, you got all of that, and, like men fight for dominance. You know what I'm saying? And to have a woman telling you where you should go and how you should do it and what is going to be the future, I can't see why a straight man, a straight self-respecting man would want a woman on any level to be in charge of, you know what I'm saying, their life.
Oh no, sir. Now you're being toxic.
Yeah, because I mean, you know what? And then there's women out there. There's women out there that feel the same way. You know what I'm saying? Because there was women out there. There's women out there that say, yeah, Kamala Harris is cool, but I don't think that she should be running the country. And then now look at this, right? What's so crazy about it, right? Now that Trump and look, and I'm not. This is what's crazy, right? The stock market is up right now. The stock market is up. The stock market is up. What else was it? The stock market's up. Bitcoin is up. Bitcoin been down for a long time. Bitcoin is up. Zelensky and Vladimir Putin talking about ending the war, coming to some sort of agreement to end the war. And then you got China, the BRICS dollar, all of that. They talk about, China trying to get on board. You got on the other side of the and this is all facts. I hate that that is real, but it is. You know what I'm saying? You got like a lot of other countries that are, at this point, trying to get on board because they know they got a lunatic about to get in office. I mean, a lunatic about to take over, and they trying to figure out how they can get on board. But then it just shows you that they didn't respect Biden and they didn't respect Kamala Harris.
No, they respect them because you know what I mean. They was playing the role of the hippie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Back in the day when the world wanted to go to war and the hippies was like, no, peace. You know what I mean? We all about peace. And they was just like, well, see, you can't just blame America and think that everybody wants to, fight. The people that's in America, they don't want to fight. You know what I'm saying? So there was no conflict. You know what I mean? Everybody was on the same page. And that's what the other countries know. Oh, so they on the same page. So we can do whatever we want because they scared to go to war. But when they put Trump in the
no, good. And when they put Trump in the office, what?
He's like, I know, I'll go to war. You know what I mean? We'll do whatever we got to do. You know what I mean? Because everybody needs to know that this is America. You know what I mean? Y'all do what I say. You know what I'm saying? And if y'all don't get down, you lay down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they know that he's crazy enough to really believe that that's what it is, and he'll do something stupid. So they like you said earlier, like when we were talking earlier, that's a dangerous thing. When somebody is stupid like that, you know what I mean? He ain't no really he about that bread. He about that money, that money.
Right, and check it out, right? The war in Ukraine, man, like. They was dumping so much money. Like, if y'all check it out, it's a interview with Vladimir Putin, man, and he basically was talking about how how, you know, they actually have, you know, the Ukrainians like they're done, and but they're not reporting on that. So what they were doing was they were trying to just keep shoveling money over there to Zelensky so that, excuse me, so that they could hold it off until the election. And because they just knew that they were going to win. And so now, you know, that I know that money is going to get, you know, they probably going to stop sending so much money over there to Ukraine. So they just going to have to just concede and just let Russia have it. I mean, what can you say? You know what I mean? At some point, that person is going to have to just give up. You know what I mean? Like black people did. You know what I mean? I don't get it. Look, I know it's a hard truth, but you got a lot of black people that's out here saying, Palestinians, man, we're for the Palestinians. Well, why don't you just give them the same advice that you took?
Right.
Yeah. Why don't you look, hey, put the Islam down and join Judaism. Join Judaism, become citizens, vote, go to work, come home, and be able to live in harmony. Right? For some reason it's so crazy, and I remember when the general brought that point out. It's so crazy, like when black people talk about when they see other people fighting for their freedom, we give them the advice: fight, right? But what about us?
Right.
We're look at us now. We voting. We got mortgages. We're able to, you know, ride freely in our cars. You know, all that kind of stuff. Why wouldn't they tell the Palestinians to just assimilate to Israeli culture?
Right.
You get my point? It's like it's hypocritical. You know what I'm saying? Like, or like those people who sit up there and say all this about, you know, that they should fight and all of that kind of stuff when you don't even do it yourself. Especially Mark Lamont Hill. Mark Lamont Hill is a damn idiot. What do you say? What do you say?
The Hegelian dialects. Problem, reactions, solution.
The Hegelian dialect. You gotta give us some more on that one. You know what I mean? But that's the point that I was just trying to make, is it's like, and when the general brought it out, I was like, yeah, that makes perfect sense. Like, you know, why not? I mean, why not tell them that they should just, you know, why not tell Ukrainians, look, man, you should just go ahead and go home, man. You know, y'all all the same people any damn way. Y'all should just go home and, you know, end the war. He already then leveled Ukraine, so there's no way that they could fix it in 20 years. So just going home, become citizens, but they're not going to do that. We'll see what they're going to do. But eventually, but it can't go on forever, us paying billions of dollars just to keep it at a stalemate.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And that's what Biden and them was doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because this biding time. It's in his name. Biden was biding time.
And now they want Biden to step down so Kamala could be the president for 1 month.
Right.
1 month.
So she could mess up merchandise.
Yeah.
She's gonna be the merch president.
That's crazy, man. I'll tell you what, man, it's going to be interesting to see what the next 4 years is going to bring. It's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen on January the 6th. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's going to be interesting. You know what I mean?
Anniversary.
Yeah, they already ready to protest. You know, they are already ready to do that already. They ready to protest. They create the problems, we react, and then they give us the predetermined outcome. Yeah. We actually was there's actually in that too is that is like psychology too. Like it's you know, from like you know, I got psychology books on that too as well. It's like, you know, they know how to predict behavior. They already know it. They've been studying black people for hundreds of years. They know everything. They know which way we're gonna, you know, react to whatever situations that happen. And really, honestly, it's not really that difficult. You know, like, because the ultimate flex is when they made us go and get the shot, for COVID. That was their ultimate flex because they was firing people. Remember that? They was firing people, you know what I mean? Like firing police officers, fire department workers, you know what I'm saying? Like it was crazy. Black people was telling on people like they got their business open. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It don't take nothing, man. Like Americans, like really, like to the world, and this is why they're gonna repeal a lot of that stuff because to the world, Americans are dumb, very dumb, and because we America sits over here, which is the whore of Babylon, sits over here like a lady. You know what I mean? Like the the whore of Babylon sits over here, right? You know why women's rights is to the forefront and why abortion is to the forefront, all of that is because people in America are so spoiled. They're so spoiled from not having to deal with war, not having to deal with hunger, not having to deal with, things that the rest of the world actually goes through, that we could just sit up here and have conversations about why people are fat.
Right.
We could have conversations about, should a kid have gender affirming surgery? You get my point? Like, do you really think that the Ukrainians are thinking about? So, do you think that the Ukrainians are sitting there thinking about women's rights to choose?
Hell no. Hell no.
You
the
know
women ain't even thinking about it. The women ain't even thinking about it.
What about in Gaza? What about in Gaza? And when you think in Gaza, they're worried about, having proper pronouns. Like, you get my point? They're not worried about that because the bombs is flowing. The shots is going off. The ambulance sirens are blaring. They're not worried about that stuff, but because we're over here in America, and America is so damn spoiled, man. Like they're so spoiled. Like white women, liberal women, white women are so spoiled that they really think that somebody give a damn about them cutting their hair off and not giving a man sex because they voted for Trump.
How about that?
They really think somebody give a damn. That's what's crazy about it. We sit over here, man, with our bottled water, with our bottled water. We sit over here with our bottled water. You know what I mean? And not even give a damn. With our bottled water, man. You know what the Africans is drinking out of? The Africans is drinking from where the Africans are drinking from where the animals drink out of. Yeah.
Exactly.
Crazy,
they got their water is brown.
Yeah. Like you have like people around the earth that's really struggling, man. That's really having problems. And real quick, man, before we get out of here, I just wanted to just shed some light on. There's a migrant train that's coming over here, right? Because they're trying to get to the border before Trump takes office, right? And some of them they walked all the way from Panama, right? You know what's so crazy about it? I watched a documentary on that. What's so crazy about that is that they walked they walked, and when they walk, right, they have to go through like this these like real choppy waters, you know what I'm saying? Like down in Panama, like the waters is like real choppy, and the lady who was actually doing the documentary on it, like she was like, I'm in a boat that has 5 motors on it. You know what I mean? That could push through the water and everything like that. But they be actually going on like regular like canoes and boats that they got to try to, use the paddle to get through like that. Yeah. And then once they get on land, they got to trek through the jungle. They got to trek through the jungle for like days through the jungle, right? Through the dense jungle. People be, and then they got all their kids with them. They got kids with them, babies with them, all of that, right? So then they go through this jungle, the Panamanian jungle, which is very dense, it's hot, it's mosquitoes, poisonous spiders, all kinds of poisonous snakes, all that kind of stuff, right? So then they get through all of that, and then they get up to where, you have the different camps, but they have to move on, right? So then when they move on, they run into like, say the cartels, or they run into gangs. And you know what the gangs do? The gangs might take like women out of the caravan. Like say like the gangs will come up and say they see like 3 or 4 women that's in the caravan, they'll just take them.
Right.
They'll take them and rape them, like without no problem. I mean, well, you can't even say that no more. So but they would grape the women, right? And then once they and then the men, once they'll grape the women, and then they will rob everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like they will rob everybody in the caravan, rob everybody, take everything, and then so now the people, once they get to a certain point, they have nothing left. You know what I mean? And people would vilify people like that, man, who have to go through all of that just to try to have a better life.
This is stuff on the soil.
And just imagine if and the reason that we can't have that kind of empathy to see what they're going through is because white America is over here and they're so goddamn spoiled. It's a shame. So spoiled, man. And like the Lord said, man, when he said the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, because Americans have a lot of pride, man. They got so much pride that you got black people like talking about the immigrants, illegal immigration. You know what I'm saying? You got our people talking about illegal immigration. Ain't that something? People who got brought over here in slavery. Why we be talking about that? Not illegal immigration. We should be talking about that. And that's just, man, I just wanted to just shed a little bit of light on that, man. I mean, and then just, them coming through South America and having to make it through all of those different like zones where you have cartels, gangs, the government, all kinds of people that's oppressing them and trying to. And then the lady was saying that they was walking through the jungle and you just walking over dead bodies, people that got killed while they were in the jungle trying to pass through. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a horrible experience. And, that they have to go through to try to get here just to go to work on a goddamn banana, a banana field or, a watermelon patch. It's wild. Yeah. So, yeah, man. So I think we did good today, man. What y'all think, man? Y'all let me know, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to have my Cash App, which is going to be at the bottom of the screen on our next show. So you could either, support the show, or, you could just send some money to buy me and Isaiah a cup of coffee, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
And,
That's right.
So that'll be up next, man. My Cash App. So let me see. I'm going to put it in there now. My Cash App in there, man.
Yeah, man. And make sure y'all like and subscribe, man.
Yeah, that's my Cash App.
Make sure y'all like and subscribe. Make sure y'all like and subscribe, man. Come up the channel. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna try to continue to do this every so often. Jump on here and just talk about some of the stuff that's going, especially nowadays with this whole voting thing and everything that's perspiring with your boy Trump getting into office and everything. I'm pretty sure it's going to get pretty entertaining. You know what I mean? Moving forward, it's definitely going to get entertaining, man. You know what I mean? So this is like rooting speech in the daylight.
Yeah. So yeah, man. So my Cash App is there, man. Y'all can send some money in to support the show, or you can buy me and Isaiah a cup of coffee. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So with that being said, man, we're gonna go ahead and get out of here, unless there's anything else that you wanted to say.
No, I'm too out, sir.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get out of here, man. Y'all be easy, and until the next time, man, make sure y'all take care of yourself and each other.
Because